Hi everyone, my name is Kameron, and today we finished all the book reviews. Our most recent one was The Richest Man of Babylon, I think, or was that Rich Kid Smart Kid? I'm not sure what our most recent book was, but now we're doing Sam Walton, and yeah, we just talking about Sam Walton, his life, and all that. So, just to start things off, happy coronavirus season. Just kidding, it's not that happy so far. My school's shut down. School's closed for a whole week, so we get extra week of spring break. Was kind of sad too. It's kind of scary. All my classes have been online on Zoom. The Target is all sold out. We went everywhere. We stashed up on emergency virus food just in case, and we spent like $400 on just pure food. But it's okay because they last forever. So if we don't end up eating them, then eventually, like maybe in like 3 years, we might finish them off. But still, I believe that they could expire. I don't know why, because I still refuse to eat cup of noodles that are like 5 years old. Like no, because I'm still too afraid of them. Like, I feel like all foods have expiration dates, even freeze-dried ones. But hope you guys are safe out there. We have no more toilet paper, so it's gonna be a nightmare. And we have a few coronavirus masks, but we don't know where they went. It's kind of scary. Maybe someone stole it. And so yeah, I think we're pretty set for emergency. Right now, we've self-quarantined, not literally, but we just haven't left our house for a really long time. We plan on staying in this house for 3 weeks straight. No, just kidding. Probably I'm going to the grocery store or something. And we're just going to avoid people. We've gone biking, we're doing the book report. And I'm just going to get started. So, yeah. And the first chapter is Learn to Value a Dollar. So pretty much Sam Walton acts like he's homeless so much that he values a dollar, meaning that he always asks people for money. He never treats people out, and in a way, he's not greedy because he's trying to help himself to help others in the future. But at the same time, he's asking for other people for money, even though he already has money. But, so, okay, let's just get started. He's just talking about how, right now as a billionaire, he makes it really hard to believe he's a billionaire. Because, Forbes, I used to call him Forbes a long time ago, but, Forbes, they announced him as the richest man in America, and some people started going to his house, maybe some paparazzis, some dreamers and all that, and they started interviewing him, expecting that a typical billionaire would have a pool full of cash and a bunch of women, but when it came out to his house, it was like an old shack. He was like walking chickens. And he was in this old used truck. And they're like, what? Are we at the right house? And some people started begging from him. And they were like, I've always wanted this house that's costed $100,000. Can you help me out? And he's like, no, you have to figure it on your own. So he's kind of, he doesn't really, he's nice, but he doesn't want to do everything for people. Like, you don't just give a homeless man $1 million without telling him what to do with it, because he could do anything with it. You could just give a homeless man that and then some training on what to do with it. That will help him. But if you just give him $1 million like these guys, if he just gives them a free house, then they're not going to learn how to get their own house in the future if they lose it. So they're not open to publicity, meaning that they're really private. They don't really share that much with people, except through books. Now, yeah, they're talking about, like, Walmart today. Now let's get on to starting on a dime. they say that starting from the time Sam and him were kids, but Walton, his brother, most likely, then Sam would excel at anything he put his mind to. Meaning, if there was a newspaper competition to see who could deliver the most newspaper, he said, "I know I'm gonna win." The prizes were like $10, which was like $100 to us. So it's a pretty good prize. And he said, "I know I'm gonna win," and he does whatever he can to win. So before you start working, you have to know I will win, and you have to put your mind to it, and you have to be very confident. Not confident to the point you just relax, like, "Oh, I'll become a millionaire one day." No, you have to actually put some action to it, and don't be afraid. That's pretty much what good confidence is. Now, he says that he gets a lot of his mother's characteristics, which I don't know why. My mom tells me I get all my characteristics from her. Sam says he gets his characteristics from his mom. I feel like the younger brother will get the knowledge from the mom, and the older will get it from his dad. Bud Walton, I'm not sure if he was the older or younger brother. I think he was the older. I had to Google that up soon. But, so my brother definitely got a lot of stuff from my dad. He loves donuts. I kind of like donuts, but not really. He likes spending. I feel bad whenever I spend, but I just end up doing it. That's like my mom. She doesn't want to spend, and she ends up doing it anyways. And she says I look like her when she was young, since she was a tomboy back then, but not anymore. And so now, right here, he says that he made it to the first Eagle Scout, and I mean that's true. He made it at age 13. That's really young. And my brother's 13. He's not really that close. I mean, I know someone in our troop that made it at 15, but not 13. I mean, like, I most likely will. I'm still on my my scout rank, and I still need to get my tender feet. I'm practically done though, and so now we're going up here. So he says that Sam is one of the rare people that knows everybody. Like, he's one of the people who knows all the janitor's name, and he could read people, meaning that like he could know like their intentions, why they're really here, and all that, which I might be able to do. I'm not even sure. I'm not sure if I could read people. I might be able to.
He can predict people. That's a good trait of salespeople, being able to predict people.
Mm-hmm. And he's just talking about how he was elected from Bible class, and how he's delivering newspapers. And he started working at as a manager. Salary is $75 a month. That's kind of sad, since now it's kind of decent or okay to make $75 an hour, but that's still okay. It's pretty good. But now, so you can make what Sam Walton made in a month on his first year of experience. So, Helen Walton, his wife, said that she told her parents that she will marry someone with a lot of energy. And that's what Sam Walton is. He goes around doing a lot of stuff. And and right here, oh yeah, I think I skipped something. But they've started some of their own businesses. Where is this? And they've been alright. So, they've been married for, okay, Sam loves to move. Meaning that, if usually he does it for the sake of his businesses, it's too competitive, or it's just, or the air's not good, less people, too much people. And so, Helen Walton has been married for 2 years, and they moved 16 times. Meaning, like, about every 3 months they would move. That's a lot. Usually people would move once every 10 years. If you're an old person, if you're a family, you'd move like once in every 5 or 7 years, something like that. Some people have lived in their house for 30 something years. That's normal for some people too. And so and they don't like that much people. They say that a population of over 10,000 people is too many. I'm not sure why. But it says that they're doing a small town strategy where they said no partnerships because they're too risky. And so yeah, she says that some partnerships have gone sour. I mean, I hate partnerships. Like I like going alone because I feel like someone that goes like partners with me, I feel like they're just kind of in the way. I don't know why. Even if they're helping me, I don't know what to do, and I feel kind of helpless, and I feel uncredited, and I feel bad about myself. So like, I feel like I'm best if I go off alone, cause like I have a lot of bad partnership experiences, which caused to some bad grades in partner projects. And I only do good in individual ones, cause I like going alone with them. So
Explain why the last one was bad.
Huh?
Explain why your partnership was bad.
I chose the wrong person. I thought he was smart, and apparently it didn't really turn out as well as I thought. And I didn't do too good on it was science fair. So, alright. Now they're doing about how they. Okay. So, right now they're in their business and they're talking about these competition, and he bought I forgot what his first store was. He says alright, okay, now I know. Oh my gosh, my knees hurting so bad. But he made a little Newport store. No, not Newport Beach. In Arkansas. He made that little Newport store, and he was competing with Ben Franklin. No, not the actual guy, but it was a store named Ben Franklin, and they had really good sales. They were doing he did 72,000 a year, and a Sterling store across the street was named John Duham, who was doing $150,000 a year, which is double sales, which is double of Sam Walton's. So he didn't really like it, and so he was on his own, and he made this old store in September 1st, 1941. And okay, let me see what's over here. So just skip some. Let's get to some better stuff. Now just talking about this competition between Ben Franklin, about how one day he lost 5% in money and then he gained 25, something like that, and how the Ben Franklin store is beating him. So I'm just gonna skip that because it's gonna be talked about the whole time. And they're talking about a bunch of sales. I think you get the idea. I guess the main moral of that part was if the market isn't good, then move. If the market if it's just right, then stay. Play the small city game, which is what he did when he first started. But then again, it didn't turn out too well for him because he had to move a million times. So and it's also no small towns now, it's just a bunch of large cities. So I guess you have to deal with the regular market today, which is a population of about like 1 million in each city. No, not even 1 million. No. Not 1 million in each city, but like our city is like 250,000. That's a lot of people. And I guess the average would probably be like 150,000, 200,000. Because ours is a really big city. And now they moved again, and they sold the Eagle store lease to Sterling his competitor and mentor. So, bouncing back. So, Helen Walton did not like to leave because they moved so many times. And they also made their own Ben Franklin type. Well, they didn't really make it. They just kind of like made. It's kind of like a franchise, and they own one of the stores. And they made over $50,000, and the whole thing was probably busing, and they did a lot of that good stuff. And then they moved to Kansas City, and they made one and they moved to Bentonville, which only had 3,000 people. And okay, all right. It said now I have a store to run again, even though it didn't but 32,000 the year before I bought it compared to 250,000 at Newport. It didn't matter that much because it had big plans. And so now it's just talking about stuff. Hold on, let me get to some better stuff. Alright. And then now they're talking about another time when this Bentonville store did 95,000, and then they ended up doing 90,000 because they just made a new name. And so, yeah, they're catching up. So then they thought of this name called Walmart and then later he just got a huge loan and started putting a bunch of money into the business. And they had a bunch of good managers too. And now they started selling hula hoops. And now right here, okay. I missed the part. So he tried to get the best deals, meaning that if your competitor sells it for like $1, then you have to make it slightly cheaper. And that can make a huge difference. I went to Amazon. Okay, there's this object. I'm not gonna say it. It will costed like $48. And then there's another seller that sells it for 47.75. A 25-cent difference. And that 25-cent difference, the $47 guy ended up getting like thousands of reviews, and the guy who had 48 had 20 something. 25 cents can screw up your business so hard. So be sure you get cheaper than your competitor. Because that was really sad. I kind of feel bad for him because if he just lowered the price a little bit, he would be rich. So yeah, and here's what's in the store: ladies' panties, 3 for $1 and 4 for $1, and a nylon hose. Then they'd come in at the end counter and say, "Now Charlie's what you do," and then they just put like these deals. Well, you know how Walmart says on sale every day? He tries to make it seem like they're getting a steal, and how they're making it deals like 3 for $1. Because buy one get one fees are a huge hit. Like you could do $2, buy one get one free, or you could do $1 for just, let's say there's a cup of coffee that's $1, and then you have a buy one get one free for $2. I feel like the word free is just in your head, so you just take the buy one get one free. So now he's just talking about how they made $30,000 from profits on sales of $250,000. That's kind of sad. That's really sad because profits is supposed to be a lot less than the expenses, but they sold $250,000 and then they end up only getting $30,000. And they also had to split it amongst all their managers and employees, and then eventually Sam Walton. So Sam Walton's probably going to get like $10,000. I mean, that's pretty good back then. That's pretty standard, but like slightly above average, I think. So he's been trying to sell his stuff going around the whole town. And one time they backed out on a whole deal one time, and he probably lost about $25,000. And his biggest mistake was when he finally got an option on one piece of property, and I talked to Kroger and Woolworth into signing leases based on getting this one street paved. I started raising money for the pavement, but it got real complicated. And in the end, I had better taken my whipping. I backed out on the whole deal and went back to concentrating on the retail business. I probably lost $25,000, and at that time, when me and Helen were counting every dollar, he lost $25,000 from one deal. Well, the game of selling is very risky. The same with Warren Buffett and his stocks. It's really risky, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Nothing doesn't have risk. Well, at least when you're trying to go high. Cause if you work as a low job, I don't know, if you're working for someone, yes, it's stable, but you might not get what you want. If you want to get what you want, you might have to do something. And you might sometimes lose money, but don't worry, you'll gain more than that. So, if you're afraid, I'm going to lose money, but then again, think about this. If you get 100 and lose 20, you're still going to profit, other than just getting $10. So, if you plan on doing risk, make sure, one, it's the correct risk, and two, that the odds are in your favor mostly, but just make sure that the prizes are huge. I'm not talking about the lottery because that's a scam, and too much people are doing it. Remember, the markets are too high, it's too competitive, there's too much people buying it, and if you ever plan on playing the lottery, you have to buy more than 100 tickets. Okay, so now, let's get over here. Keep on going. So one time they bought a helicopter. No, not helicopter. A small plane from where? How much? I'm not sure how much it costed. But they were flying to Fort Smith in the spring of 1962, and he was piloting the plane. And when they were going, they're thinking of a new shop to make, and then they were starting writing down random ideas like Walgreens or something, and then they ended up coming across Walmart, and they're like, that's a pretty good name, and they ended up making it. So they already started, and they right here it says, I'm not even sure what that means. So right here it says the first Walmart in Rogers wasn't all that great. We did $1 million in a year, a lot more than most of our variety stores, which did $200,000 to $300,000 a year. St. Robert, up in the army town, was doing $2 million in sales. What he means is that he did good, but not good compared to what he should have gotten. He did good. He tripled his payment, but you got another store that is doing twice as much as you are. So he's not doing too good, but still pretty good. So I'm not sure what to say. Okay, so now they're just talking about the square foot of their buildings. I don't think we need to know about that. So he said that from the day one of our Walmart, Mr. Walton made it clear that this just Ben Franklin of low prices on some items. He wanted real discounting. He said, we want to discount everything we carry. When the other chains weren't around us, we were discounting. So now he's talking about discount. He says that if a competitor was selling for 25 cents, it'd go 21 cents. Boom. A few pennies difference. But this means that, 21's kind of uneven. Because 25, you just give them a quarter, and in Japan doing 21, you have to do 2 dimes and a penny, which not that much people have. Okay, people have quarters with them, but they don't have a penny dimes. I feel like just 25 is a smoother number. Like, you don't sell gumballs for 7 cents, because no one's going to have a nickel and some pennies in their pocket. They'll have a quarter or something. But anyways, yeah, they just did that, and he said discounting. That's really important because, you know how people always buy what's discounted? Like, oh, what do you have discounted? What's cheap here? And he'll be like, everything's cheap here. So then everyone will go buying everything. Okay, in most stores, discount is like 5 out of 100 items. Now it's 100 out of 100 items. So you try to discount as much as you can to make it sound good. That's why it says low prices every day on Walmart. So it makes it seem as if they're getting discounts, even though it's just the standard price. They just said discounts because it's like a 2 penny difference. So now, where is this? Alright, now it's just about his story about how he was just. Well, I'm gonna tell you one story about Sam Walton. I'm pretty sure half of you guys know this. But yeah, he went to like this Ben Franklin store, and he started going on the floor and started measuring it, and then he got arrested because he thought he was a homeless man breaking in. I'm pretty sure I know this story. I'm pretty sure everyone does because he was like Eagle Scout, and he was just checking, like measuring the whole building. And then the cops were like, what are you doing? And he was like, I'm trying to measure this place. They thought he was going to plant a bomb or something because they want to know how large the building was to blow up. And so, yeah, so they just arrested him, and that's just one story. And they're talking about Kmart had 250 stores to him who had 19. Kmart had 800 million in sales while they only had 9 million. Right now, this one is just starting. And they made the third Walmart in Springdale. So we got 203 truckloads of Presto and priced it at $1 a gallon. And they put toothpaste at 27 cents a tube. And I was talking about how they were doing really good, and the crowd was so big that the fire department made them open the door for 5 minutes and locked them until the shoppers left. And Sam grabbed a tackle box and used it as a cash register, checking out people as fast as he could. Meaning that at the time they were doing very good, so much that he had to use a tackle box because he was in a rush to start using that as a cash register. And the crowd was so huge that they had a fire department come and organize that, Black Friday and all that. But it's worse. Let me take this. I'm sure I have asthma, and the coronavirus attacks people with asthma, so either that was an asthma cough or a corona cough. I don't even know. I'm kind of scared. So anyways, if I have it, I shouldn't be afraid, because if I have it, then my whole family has it, so it's okay. So I'm not the only one. Right here now, it's just talking about how initially I would say, well, it's originally $1.98, so we sell it for $1.25. And he says, no, we paid 50 cents for it, mark it up 30%, and that's it. So meaning that they would usually try to get the cheapest price and the most buyable one, meaning that the price would just go up by 30%, while some people just double their price. Just look at McDonald's. They sell, $1 soda is very cheap. That's very cheap. And the retail price is 2 cents. So you got like a 5-cent cup for its plastic, and you got 2 cents for the actual liquid. So they just times 50 of what they should have. Well, Sam Walton tries to keep it down. So if Sam Walton owned McDonald's, the drink would be 5 cents a cup. So that sounds pretty cool. 5-cent drinks. That sounds really good. But now they have their dollar menu. McDonald's, just so unhealthy. But No, he's talking about $300 a month to run one of his franchises, and yeah, there's nothing really that important here. Well, they had this thing where they would not hire people who had college experience, saying that college people would not go down on the floor and start scrubbing, meaning that college people won't do the dirty work. Only unexperienced and like more people who had it rough. Like, do you think a person from Harvard would end up being a maid or something? No, they want to do they want to be nice and tidy, but you have to find someone straight off the streets to do your dirty work. So, meaning that they have that thing because they think that poor people are, or like not college people, are more loyal and stuff. So, and then they also had an idea of bad managers, thinking that, oh, it's true, one bad manager could screw up your whole store for life, and you close down. So they found this guy named Claude, and he didn't have any college men, and so he says that he started making a soda fountain, and at one point, I think I forgot to say it somewhere back here. I need to go through this more clearly because I haven't read this part in a really long time. I've really just been chilling here.
It's okay.
So
You did a good job.
I'm gonna have to go back eventually. So in the next video, I'm gonna do what I did next, and then for like the last 5 minutes, I'm just gonna scan through this and see what I forgot. But now I remember he said something about an ice cream machine somewhere back here. But he just bought an ice cream machine, and I remember one part where he says that he actually left it on overnight, and then it was really smelly and there were these flies, and how, yeah, he just tried to make a bunch of money off this ice cream machine. So by the way, if you want to make some money, I suggest buying a vending machine or something, because then that can actually make you some. My dad tried that, and it didn't go too well. He actually never got out, and the only person who started buying it was me. And then I just took my money back. So I got free snacks. It was pretty good. And other than that, so I remember about the ice cream. And now there's talking about how Sam had them send their sales report every week saying, hey, how much are you selling? And the managers would reply, oh, this. And then they say, what's the best-selling product? And if they didn't find the best-selling product, Sam would get mad, saying you didn't do enough research. Now find the best-selling product out there. You have to get the trending stuff. But then again, Sam Walton favored unique things. Like, not every day you'd find, like, some really crazy stuff in a store. You'd be tempted to buy it. Like, some people would do, like, bubble gum. And some people would do... No, actually, you know hot Cheetos? They would say freezing cold Cheetos. Like, what's that? And they start buying it. That's actually a thing, but they haven't started selling it yet. It's just something really special. But, yeah, it's pretty much just how they've been teaching them to look for what's selling out. And they have to, and they said that one, it's in Charlie Kate. It's almost embarrassing to admit this, but it's true. There hasn't been a day in my adult life where I haven't spent some time thinking about merchandising. Meaning that every day, you have to be thinking about something helpful. Whether on vacation, if you're on vacation and you're on the car ride, just think about your business. Like, this sounds like a good idea. And so, I think that's it for today's video. I'll get more onto it tomorrow, but I probably want to go eat or something right now, but hope you enjoyed this video. Bye for now. Woo!